do cocaine and fucking stuff fucking girls.
What do you want to get from this interview?
I want to see how much
you've
changed.
No, because you're a piece of shit.
Mike Tyson just obliterated Jake Paul after he canceled the Gervonta Davis fight, and the fallout has been nothing short of humiliating. Tyson cut straight through the hype, exposing the fear and fragility hiding behind the YouTuber-turned-boxer's polished empire. It was a verbal knockout that shook the foundation of everything Jake Paul claims to be.
Because you have someone that, we come from two different sides, like, of the world. We still on the same path to get the same thing.
The showdown the entire boxing world had been buzzing about, scheduled for November 14, 2025 at Miami's Casa Center, was suddenly scrapped. Fans, journalists, and even seasoned analysts were blindsided by the unexpected move.
Also, I was thinking too, maybe Tank isn't used to being the B-side of a fight.
B-side, so everybody's working around his schedule, and now...
Yeah, when you the A-side, you get to dictate things, you pick who you want, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he's not used to being the B-side.
This was the very fight Jake Paul had spent weeks bragging about, insisting he'd dismantle Gervonta Davis with ease. He spoke like a man untouchable, convinced he'd already won before ever touching the canvas. But that facade collapsed instantly. And Tyson wasted no time tearing apart the cracks in Paul's carefully manufactured image.
The Jake Paul-Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th.
The cancellation became a spectacle of its own. Jake Paul publicly claimed he was stepping back out of respect for the ongoing legal complications surrounding Davis.
So that fight that was supposed to go down with Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis in Miami on November 14th is not happening. It has been canceled officially, and this comes, not too long after Gervonta Tank Davis was accused of assaulting a woman at a strip club.
Man, you know what I heard? I heard that Gervonta Davis was being very difficult to work with, and Netflix was just waiting for a reason.
According to Paul, he didn't want to participate in a fight overshadowed by lawsuits. He framed the decision as responsible, strategic, and honorable, a move to protect the sport, avoid unnecessary headlines, and maintain his reputation as a fearless competitor who fights only on his terms.
We on worldwide television, can you fight this nigga talking man?
But Tyson wasn't buying it. The heavyweight icon called Paul's explanation hollow, staged, and designed to protect a fragile persona rather than make a moral stand. Tyson highlighted what many were quietly thinking. Paul's empire, built on hype, media dominance, and calculated matchmaking, had never been tested by a true elite threat like Davis. The idea that this was about respect was a smokescreen. Tyson argued it was really about Paul misjudging the danger and overestimating his own abilities.
Well, he wants to make some money.
I know he's a good showman.
Fellow.
Tyson shredded the myth of Paul's invincibility. He underscored that Paul's 12 wins, including 7 knockouts, came mostly against non-boxers or aging crossover fighters. Even Paul's most hyped victory, the 2024 split decision over Tyson himself at age 58, was widely debated and fueled more by spectacle than skill. Tyson's message was clear: Paul had never faced a real boxing nightmare, and Gervonta Davis, with explosive speed and ruthless knockout power, was exactly that. The absurdity of Paul's claims became obvious when you look at the numbers. Davis competes at lightweight, a division built on precision and speed. Paul has fought almost exclusively at cruiserweight or heavyweight, relying on size and power against slower opposition.
AJ wanted to go through the motions, wrap the hands, and just gear up to what is...
Tyson stressed that even with Paul's size advantage, Davis represented a completely different challenge. None of Paul's previous fights, the very fights that built his reputation, would mean anything against someone with Davis's skill set. The narrative of a strategic withdrawal fell apart. What people saw instead was the first visible crack in Paul's empire.
It was Jake Paul who found a scapegoat kind of in an exit strategy and got to moving.
Well, what I'm saying is that I feel really good.
Tyson also pointed out the emotional impact. Fans had spent weeks hyped, media campaigns were in full swing, and the fight had been sold as a can't-miss event, only to vanish overnight. The cancellation, disguised as a noble choice, sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Social platforms erupted with memes, reactions, and speculation. Tyson's critique sliced through it all. Paul's bravado and oversized persona were suddenly under real scrutiny. The fearlessness he preached was questioned. The first genuine test of his career had been sidestepped, not for principle, but because the threat was far too real.
You've got a very talented YouTuber that's built himself into a massive influence with huge following.
Even boxing insiders joined the debate. Who actually pulled out, Paul or the chaos surrounding Davis? The uncertainty only fueled Tyson's critique. By trying to claim the moral high ground, Paul appeared evasive and calculated, protecting an empire that sparkled on the surface but lacked real substance. Tyson framed the moment as a warning. Boxing is ruthless. Hype alone doesn't survive. True fighters face danger head-on. Jake Paul's rise, while impressive in terms of marketing and influence, hadn't been forged through real pressure. Tyson's words stripped away the showmanship and exposed the vulnerability behind Paul's image.
Tank's team is now fighting back, and they're stating, and he was more scared than he had ever been before a fight by facing Gervonta Davis.
And that brings us to the empire itself. On paper, Jake Paul looked formidable. 12 wins, 1 loss, 7 knockouts. But a deeper look tells another story. Most of those wins came against non-boxers, aging MMA veterans, or opponents well outside their natural divisions. His biggest achievement, the 2024 split decision over Tyson, loses weight when you remember Tyson was 58 and making a late career comeback. Paul's fights were packaged as massive events, boosted by media hype and flashy production. But when judged strictly by technical ability, the cracks become impossible to ignore.
No, but we were going to go on a other card somewhere. You wouldn't have really heard of the person we were going to fight, but
the cancellation exposed those cracks in a way no victory ever had. Paul's size advantage, which served him well against certain opponents, meant nothing against someone like Davis. Paul built his record at cruiserweight and heavyweight, while Davis, a lightning-quick lightweight with destructive power, represented a skill level Paul had never encountered. Tyson emphasized that this was Paul's first brush with a real elite test. The mythology surrounding fearless Jake Paul began to falter, forcing even his loyal fans to reconsider whether he was ready for true boxing danger.
One of the most feared punchers in the sport of boxing. He's got a 93% knockout percentage. That's one of the best among current world champions.
Gervonta Tank Davis' team fights back. After Jake Paul canceled the fight, went on a tirade.
Davis's legal troubles didn't make him any less lethal. If anything, they created a convenient escape route for Paul to bow out gracefully, or at least appear to. But Tyson's analysis made it clear, pulling out didn't elevate Paul. It exposed the limits of his image. For the first time, the world saw that Paul's confidence might be rooted more in marketing strategy, social media influence, and selective matchmaking than in genuine boxing capability.
Jake fought a guy who was his age and who was also considered a boxer, and he lost.
It just pisses me the fuck off. And then
you're good. Take a break. Take a break.
Yeah,
The cancellation became a cultural moment. Fans vented. Analysts dissected every word. Social media spiraled with theories. Through the noise, Tyson's commentary hit hardest. Paul's bravado, his hype-powered empire, and his untouchable persona suddenly looked fragile. The fight that never happened did what no opponent had managed. It stripped away the spectacle and revealed a fighter shielded more by promotion than by skill. It was a perfect collision of hype and reality, illusion and truth. Tyson's message echoed through it all. Boxing isn't about image or noise or running from real threats. It's about stepping in and proving you belong, with no filters, no cameras, and no excuses.
So that fight that was supposed to go down with Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis in Miami on November 14th is not happening. It has been canceled officially.
The moment the cancellation went public, social media lost its mind. Fans, analysts, and casual observers all circled the same question. Who actually backed out, Jake Paul or Davis's legal drama? Twitter threads exploded, TikTok clips multiplied, and Instagram reels turned theories into viral entertainment. Every statement from Paul's camp was dissected. Every cryptic tweet became fuel. And through the frenzy, one thing became clear. The pressure on Paul skyrocketed. Now, every move he made would be measured. Every interview, training clip, or public comment became a test of whether he could survive without the protective bubble of spectacle.
It's Jake, it's consensual. 2 consensual parties,
Well,
2
you didn't
women.
say that word.
No, I'm saying it's consensual. I'm saying these 2 women
So
came
he paid
together.
women to beat on each other.
Exactly.